moms. So today I am going to be doing the Q&A with you guys, the get to know me questions, and I'm actually inserting this clip in front of the video because I've already made the video, you guys, but as I was editing, I could only get it down to like an hour and 10 minutes, and that seemed super long for you guys. I know that you guys are all so busy, so I'm going to be splitting the video into 2 different videos. So it'll still be pretty lengthy, and I'm so sorry about that. But I just wanted to insert this so that you guys understood what was going on with this video, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. This video finds you guys happy and healthy and ready for this Q&A. So I'm a little nervous just because, I don't know, some of my answers may shock you guys, or, you know, to be completely honest, when I was reading the questions, you guys really had me thinking about a lot of things, because I just, you know, I live day to day and just kind of do what I'm doing without even really putting a whole bunch of thought into it. I just kind of do, you know what I'm saying? So you guys gave me a whole lot to think about. So real quick, if you guys are new here, my name is Liz. I'm a homeschooling mom. I have 2 kids. I have a daughter named Tally, and she is 9, and I have a son named Isaiah, and he is 4. I've been homeschooling my daughter since she was in 1st grade. I did teach her preschool, pre-K things before she went into her private school for kindergarten, before I decided to homeschool on my own, or to teach her on my own. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. My sister and I, we were doing school together. We always plan together. We do our curriculums kind of based around each other. This year, if you're new to this channel, we got sick, and so we kind of separated, and we're just waiting for things to kind of calm down before we all get together again. So with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and jump into this Q&A. I'm super excited. I have a lot more questions than I thought I was going to have, so that's kind of exciting too. And I did want to mention that I love that I'm being able to interact with you guys, so I think it's really fun. I wrote all of my questions in my little notepad here just because I record on my phone, so I'm going to be using this. So if you guys see me look down at this, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. Okay, so first question, do you budget for homeschool? No, I don't budget for homeschool. That's probably a problem. I should really sit down and do a budget, but no, I don't do it. Okay guys, so the next question is, what do you do for fun? So as a family, for fun, we like going in the backyard. We have a trampoline. They have like a little pool they can play in. They just play around in the backyard. Before shutdowns, for me, for fun, I would go to stores. Like, I loved going to stores, not necessarily to buy stuff, but just going by myself to stores. That was fun for me. You know, me and my sister, we would go different places when our husbands were working. We'd take the kids to different places in the area. That was always fun. What do we do for fun? So that is such a big question because it could mean different things. So like for family outings, we usually would go on a trip, either camping, which sometimes I don't think is very fun. I used to love it, but now it's so much work. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of work. So we would go to Disneyland every year. So we love Disneyland, or almost every year. So that's just such a huge question. But I mean, if we're home and on lockdown, it's mainly going into the backyard and playing. And we're always around family. Not right now, but our family is such a huge part of our lives that that's what we do for fun. We hang out together. Do we live close to family? Yes, we live very close to family. The only one that's pretty far is my mom. She's in a different state, which sucks. But she visits often and we go visit her. So it kind of gives us an excuse to, you know, take some time away from life, you know, as more of a vacation than, I don't know, an everyday thing. But my side of the family is here, and so is my husband's, because we are living where we've been raised. So we've been here our whole lives. ourselves and our families, most of the family. Why am I vegan? Okay, so I am not vegan. I used to be vegan, and my family was vegan for about a year. And that started because I watched a documentary, and it sounds kind of funny, but the documentary really kind of freaked me out a little bit. So we became vegan instantly. The next day I was literally going through the pantry and the fridge and getting rid of stuff and talking to my sister, and I just felt like I had to spread the news of, what I had learned from this documentary. But after about a year of being vegan and having the family vegan, it was really hard to keep up on, for myself, especially having kids, and your kids are picky, so it's hard to manage their food and our food. And then, so my kids went back to eating pretty normally. My son, he is a vegetarian for sure. He is, okay, so going back to that, I'm not a vegan anymore. I am a vegetarian. My husband and daughter, they eat everything, and myself and my son, we are vegetarian. We eat everything except for meat. And I actually am really okay with it, because it's funny, because even before I watched that documentary, I used to think, me and my sister used to talk about it all the time, and I remember telling my husband years ago, I really don't think I need to eat meat. Meat is something that I never really indulged in. Do you know what I mean? Some people love their hamburgers or, their steaks and things like that, or ribs. For me, I was always really weird about the fat and the veins and this and that. And so for me, I always knew I could kind of go without meat, but I just never tried it, So now my husband and my daughter, they are eating meat again. Long story, really long, is we are not vegan, we're vegetarian, and that's pretty much why we became vegetarian or vegan, is because of that documentary. And then once we stopped eating the meat, I started really feeling bad for animals. Now that is just my feelings. I do not judge anybody that eats meat. I mean, my family eats meat, so how can I judge it? You know what I mean? So it's just something personal for myself that, I chose not to do. So moving on from that question, you guys, it's literally gonna take me an hour to get through these questions because I have super long answers. Let's see here. When do I find time to clean the house? Okay, so before homeschooling, I would clean the house when my daughter was in kindergarten and when I just had my son. So I would spend the 6 hours literally cleaning from top to bottom the whole house. That definitely has changed since homeschooling. I would choose a weekend where I focused primarily on cleaning the house, but I would spend the whole entire day cleaning. And I don't do that anymore. So what I basically do, you guys, is I'll give you an example, okay? I do not have a schedule for cleaning the house, but in the middle of the week, we were doing school and we were waiting for my sister and the girls to be done with their lessons so we can do our lessons together, our group lessons. We had about an hour. So what did I do? I went to the back of the house and I cleaned the bathrooms. That's what I did. I cleaned the toilets, I cleaned the showers, I cleaned the sinks, I cleaned the bathrooms. And so my house is never completely spotless at the same time. And it works for us. So, I vacuumed the whole house on a day. And then, not yesterday, today is now Tuesday. No, I lied to you guys. Today is Thursday, Wednesday. What is today? Today's Wednesday, we're not doing school, so I'm so lost. So today is Wednesday, and yesterday I mopped the whole floor, throughout the house, because we have laminate floor throughout, except for in the bedroom. So I just mopped the whole floor. And that's how I do it. Fridays after school, my daughter, every day after school, she vacuums in the schoolroom, but every Friday I clean off the desks, every, top, of the furniture. So, all of the desks and the carts and bookshelves, stuff like that, I wipe down, I clean the tables, everything like that we do on Friday. So that's done. With laundry, because we're home most weekends. My husband works really weird hours throughout the week. So he has Saturday and Sunday off, and most of the time he's tired, and with like everything that's going on anyways, we've really been home most of the time. So, or, you know, for the most part. So I try to do the laundry like back to back to back over the weekend, but I still have some straggling like loads throughout the week that I'll just do like one load here, one load there. That's basically how I do that. Dishes, I tackle dishes mostly all throughout the day. Like if I usually try to have my dishwasher ran the night before so that in the morning it's dry and I can start putting dishes away when my daughter's doing something parent-led and my son's busy doing something. So I'll do the dishes at that time. Now that I'm working out, it has been making it super hard. So if I don't work out first thing in the morning, I try to get it in the evening. Sometimes I do it both. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But now that I am working out in the morning, on the days that I do work out in the mornings, I skip the dishes and then I just do them like when I'm doing lunch or when I just have some time during the day. But for the most part, I don't really get that many dishes stacked up in the sink, and when I start to notice I have to have them done because it stresses me out. I hate dishes in the sink. What else? That's basically how I do like cleaning of the house or keeping it maintained. My house is always pretty straightened up, except for what the kids are playing or what I'm working on in the schoolroom. But for the most part, every night before I go to bed, I make sure that every room is pretty much straightened up because I hate waking up to a dirty house in the next morning. Okay, so do I make my kids go outside to play? Yes, we have a backyard, so whenever the weather is permitting, we do go outside, even if it's for a little bit. Sometimes we skip if it's super hot outside, because this may be kind of, this isn't a question, but it's something about me. As an adult, I struggle with heat. Like I used to be in heat all the time. I used to practice outside. I was in a color guard, so I'd be outside during the summer in the heat, and it never bothered me. But now I get super dizzy. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. It's really crazy. So if it's super hot outside, you will not find me outside. And if we do go outside, it'll be really early in the morning or like later in the evening when it's not super hot. So yes, we go outside, and sometimes I honestly have to make my daughter go outside because she likes being inside where it's cool and comfy. She's like her mom. Let's see here. So what do I do when Tally doesn't want to do school? We still do school. Honestly, I tell her the truth. Like the state we live in, we have to do school. I mean, most states you live in, you have to do school, right? There's just different rules. But I tell her by law, she has to do school. There's no way around it. So even on the day she doesn't want to do school, we still do school. That's basically it. I just tell her, sorry, it's something we gotta do. Okay, so when did I meet my hubby? So I actually met him at a house party. It was my best friend's house party. Her parents had just gotten married and they went away on their honeymoon, and we had a party. And I will be telling you guys this story in my testimony video because the way everything worked out is really part of my testimony. And I didn't realize it until you guys were asking me about my testimony, and I sat back and I really thought about everything and the way it aligned. I mean, all I can say is God is perfect, you know, and the ways that things happen are not always the way we want them to happen, but there's a reason. Okay, I'm going into a whole other thing, you guys. That's my problem. Okay, so we met at a party, and that was it. And then my friends and his friends just started hanging out, and I started hanging out with them. And we mostly talked on the phone. Like, that is how we really built a friendship. And yeah, we just talked on the phone. You know, we were young, and we had pagers back then, so we would, you know, page each other, and you know how you would type in cute little messages with numbers, like we used to do those things. And you know, it was puppy love. You know, like back in the day, you're not allowed to be on the phone late, but you're on the phone and you're talking and you don't want to hang up, so you're like, okay, we'll fall asleep on the phone together, you know, and whoever, you know, wakes up can hang up the phone or whatever. But we would just lay on the phone and just talk. And I swear that is what truly built our relationship. You know, we felt super comfortable with everything with each other. I don't know, it was crazy, but we were very off and on. But, you know, God always led me back to him, always. We were really young, so you know how that is. You're just dumb. And, but I knew I loved him forever, but I don't know, it was crazy. But that's how we met, at a party. There you go. Okay, next question. Do we plan on homeschooling through high school? Definitely. I don't see myself sending the kids back to school unless we're mandated to. And is that gonna happen? I don't know, guys. I really don't know where things are going. So I'm just kind of going day to day, year to year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I plan on homeschooling throughout high school. My daughter's okay with it. She likes it. When she first got taken out of the private school system and we started teaching her, she really loved homeschooling, but she really missed her friends. So that's why we had her in co-ops and things like that. And now that, you know, things are kind of crazy, I think things will start opening up soon for us to do that again. And I think it'll make things a little bit easier for our kids to just kind of be around other kids and things like that, and just kind of having activities with different kids. This is kind of off subject, but to answer your question, yes, we plan on homeschooling through high school. But kind of going off of that, like, we're lucky because she has cousins and friends and she FaceTimes them all the time. And then we're around my sister's kids, or we were before everything, and my brother's kids. So we're a very tight family, and they have cousins. So there's that. Let's see here. Favorite activities over the weekend. Honestly, we don't leave the house very much, especially now. We used to all the time. Like I said, we'd go to different places in our area to get out of the house. But lately, it's just pretty much us staying home. So the kids go outside and we play in the backyard, or we hang out with family. That's pretty much what we do. I'm sorry the light changes every time I look down and look up, so I apologize. Maybe I'll hold my notebook up and look at it this way. Let's see here. So, do we have breaks, PE or recess? Yes, we definitely do. We have little breaks throughout the day. My daughter's always getting up to like get the bunnies or pick the bunnies up or go get a snack, or you know, she does things inside the house, but we don't really go outside until our school day is over. Just because I feel like once I get them outside, it's really hard to get them back in, and the weather's so nice, and you know, so it's kind of hard. It interrupts it. I feel like it gives her more of a distraction. But she does take little breaks throughout the day while we're in the house. Oh, another thing that we have been doing, because it does say PE, I've been putting YouTube videos on with like exercising or dancing or something like that, and the kids do that. My son loves doing that. I literally bought him fake plastic weights because all he talks about is strong, Mom. strong. So I got him weights. So he likes working out. My daughter, she's like, whatever. Do I monitor during school? Definitely. It's really hard for, you know, younger kids to stay focused. So I think if you're going to homeschool, I would just kind of set your mind towards, I'm a teacher, I'm not gonna like be up doing school or housework and stuff like that. I did learn last year, like I was getting frustrated last year a lot because I would try to do things around the house because you feel overwhelmed with all the things that we have to do in the house, right, as a mom. And so I would get frustrated because I'd be like, Tally, go sit down and do your writing, okay? So she would sit down for a minute and then she'd get up, and then she'd sit down and then she'd get up. And I'd get mad and I'd be like, you need to sit down and do your work. Why do you keep getting up? But you have to think, like with school, I know it's going back to public school, but that's just where my mind goes because that's where I went. So in school, you're in a classroom where a teacher is, you're at desks. When you're at home, there's so much going on in the house. It's their house. They're comfortable. Their food is in the pantry. Their stuff is in their room. You know, it's easier for them to get sidetracked. So I have felt that, you know, this is more like my job. This is my life. So I sit in here, I work with her, I do school with my nieces. My son comes out here, I do school with him. And I just know that during the week it's school. That's what I prepped myself for. Because if you go into it like, okay, I'm homeschooling, so they could do school and I could do stuff around the house, and then you're getting pulled or yelling at them because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, or you're not getting the things done that you expected you were going to get done, it's going to stress you out. So if you prep your mind like, okay, tomorrow's Monday, I'll school Monday through Friday, I have stuff to do, I'll do it after. Now, the perk to that is maybe your kiddos are sitting down and they're doing really well. Get up and do the dishes, or get up and clean the toilet, or you know what I'm saying, wipe down the counters in the bathroom, or dust the schoolroom that you're in while they're working. Do things in there. But don't plan it like, okay, my kids are gonna be doing school, so I'm gonna go do this, because chances are it's not gonna happen like that. If it does, you guys are super lucky, and high five to you mamas, because my way of schooling is not happening like that over here. So to answer your question, yes, I monitor during school. You guys, I'm a very long-winded person, so I'm sorry that these questions are super long, or answers are super long. Do I like crafting and what? Yes, I love crafting. Now, before kids, I used to scrapbook, I used to make my own jewelry. I was always finding something to do for crafts. I loved it. After Tally came, I put all my attention really on her. So I did do her baby book into a scrapbook. And thinking of that, I still have to do Isaiah's. I know the second child. I'm the third child, and I do not have a baby book, but my sister does, so I know how that, and I promised myself I wouldn't be like that. Yeah, so my son still needs his. But anyways, so I kind of poured my crafting into her. So when she was able to start doing things, she really loved surprise eggs, and we used to watch the kid YouTube channels where they would be opening up the eggs and there's surprise things in them. So I used to do that for her. I used to wrap them in Play-Doh, or I bought all the little figurines. I literally have a bag this big full of Disney characters and just random characters that she used to love. So I would do little surprise eggs for her and stuff. We always baked, we always craft. We still paint to this day. Me and her do painting. Isaiah doesn't really care about it right now, but I'm figuring he's starting to want to do a little bit more, so I think that he'll get into things with me. But honestly, you guys, that's pretty much what I have time for now. Is if the kids want to do something, I do it with them. And then most of my crafting is basically crafting unit studies and putting together homeschool. That's where my mind is at now. Now later on, I definitely will pick up where I left off, because I am definitely a crafter. I love it. Am I great at it? I don't know, but I really love doing it. So, okay, so likes during spare time. What do I do during my spare time? Honestly, homeschool stuff. For myself, now if you guys are talking about our family, I kind of already touched on that about trips or day trips, things like that, playing in the backyard or being with family. If this has to do with me in my spare time, what I really used to do, I would really just go to the Dollar Tree or Burlington Coat Factory or Ross. I like those discount stores because you can find really good stuff. But that's pretty much what I would do on my spare time by myself, leaving the house. How do I keep in shape? So, I literally just started working out again, you guys. I hadn't worked out for years and years and years. I used to work out all the time. Mostly, I don't know, honestly, because I don't feel like I'm that in shape. I mean, I feel more in shape now than I did. But I would just say I don't like eat large amounts of food. My portions aren't really big, and I feel like I'm so busy all the time, you guys, that I don't eat that often. I feel like I don't snack. Well, maybe I snack more than eating heavy meals. I don't even know, you guys. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's not eating meat. Maybe it's not eating that much dairy. I have no idea, honestly. Right now, what I'm doing to stay in shape is I work out in the morning to YouTube videos. I have been working out to Grow with Joe. Her videos are pretty short. They are low impact because I have really bad knees. My knees hurt me really bad. So I do more of like low impact. Also, I've been seeing this girl. Her name is Chloe Ting. Chloe Ting or Chloe Tang? I'm not sure. I don't remember the last part of it. But she's like all over the internet for YouTube, and she has, let me tell you, you guys, she has some hard workouts. And I've been doing hers like, I don't know, twice a week, and those are a killer. Okay, so I've been doing that, and I've been doing Grow with Joe. I've been finding different workouts online. I've been doing those in the morning. Sometimes I do them in the evening after I've already done them in the morning, just depending on how much energy I have and time. And I've really been watching what I've been eating. My meals are actually super good and super light and refreshing. So I've been watching my snacking. I haven't been eating any types of like treats like candy and cookies and things like that. I love sweets, you guys. That is like my soft spot. I love sweets and candy. So I do eat cinnamon sugar-free candies when I'm craving something, but that's basically it. I haven't been eating chips, and I haven't been eating junk, honestly, and my body feels so much better. I feel so much more energized. I don't feel so sluggish. It's been nice. So that's what I've been doing. Potty training advice. Oh man, okay, if I could even remember. It wasn't that long ago, but it feels like forever ago, you guys. So with my daughter, she was super easy. I was working at the time, so her bebe, my husband's mom, potty trained her. And I just continued it when I'd pick her up and she'd be home with me, and she was super easy to potty train. My son, on the other hand, was so hard. Oh my gosh, you guys, we tried a million different things. So the whole like him running around naked, that worked a little bit, but then he got into the habit of wanting to be naked, and I didn't want him running around the house naked, especially, with the cousins coming over and things like that. So I had to change that. That wasn't working. I would just put underwear on him. I would bring him to the toilet every 20 minutes, like just those normal things, but it really wasn't as easy with him. And I will say him going to the bathroom was even harder. So like he would literally tell me when he had to go to the bathroom, and I'd have to put a diaper on him for him to go to the bathroom. Now that's a little TMI, but it's reality, you guys. Potty training is no joke. And every kid is so different. So you can't like expect one kid to do like the other kid. It doesn't happen that way. I wish it did, but it does not. So we would do that. And then it got to the point where it was just like, he didn't want to anymore. He wanted to be big and go on the potty. And that's how we did it. You want them to be comfortable. My biggest fear, because I know a lot of boys in my life, little boys, that had a hard time with it. And it got to the point where they were scared to go to the bathroom on the toilet, so they would hold it. And that was like my biggest fear. I didn't want him to be scared and to hold it, because that could cause other problems. So I kind of just rolled with it and I let it happen, and he's potty trained. So how do I get time for myself? I don't. I truly, really, I get time for myself. I guess at night, I try to have the kids go to sleep between 8 and 9. So, and then I stay up until about 1 or 2 in the morning, you guys. I will edit. I will do stuff around the house that I have to do. I will finish straightening up. I will like go to the grocery store to do my pickups by myself. I'll do it when my husband's home, so then I could just be in the car by myself for a little bit, because we all love our kids so very much, but we also need like quiet time. We need a space in our mind that's quiet sometimes. So that's basically it. Staying up late and picking up groceries. That is my time for myself, you guys. So favorite things that I use and continue to use. Okay, so for myself, my nail polish. That's a must. It makes me feel better, makes me feel prettier. My hands are really short and like stubby without nail polish. At least that's how I feel. So I always feel more put together with nail polish. So that is one thing that I love. Another thing that I always have to use is my Aquaphor, you guys. This is for my lips. And it's not like the little lip one. I literally get this big one and I'm constantly putting it on all throughout the day, before I go to bed, when I wake up in the morning. Like, I love this stuff. So this is something that I use all the time, and I always have to have something to pull my hair back. If it's a clip, if it's a hair tie, whatever it is, I always, like, this is bothering me. I like my hair out of my face. So that's something, that's pretty much all, like, personally, like for myself. If you're talking about for the schoolroom, my faves that I like just love and continue to love, I would say, you guys probably already know, I'm gonna say my Pro Click, my laminator, my cutter, because you need it to go with those things. And what could I not live without? My printer. There you go. My 4 things must-haves for the schoolroom. Pro Click, laminator, cutter, and printer. There you go. Okay, homeschool and PJs or always put together? Always PJs. You guys see me dressed, you guys give me a reason to get dressed. I don't feel the need to get into jeans and dressed up and hair done, makeup done to do school. That my husband's just happy to come home and we're all alive and we're all well, and I don't really think he cares too much about that. Another thing, you guys, is don't we already have enough laundry? Like, so to stay in your PJs, because see, my PJs, like, I don't wear real PJs to bed. I'll wear just like some comfy jogger pants and like a tank top. That's what I go to sleep in. So if I wake up and I wear that and I throw on one of my sweatshirts or my sweaters or whatever long sleeve shirts, it's not like I'm walking around in a flannel button up pajama set, which nothing is wrong with that, you guys. So if you do that and you have those, girl, more power to you. Like, seriously, what does it matter? You're in your house. Who are you getting ready for? I mean, we all get up, we all brush our hair, we all brush our teeth, and we kind of put ourselves together, but we do not get ready. No, not in this homeschool. Now we do probably, I'd say twice a week, get up and get ready. Especially obviously when I record, I'm not gonna record us in our pajamas and stuff. I don't know, I feel weird because it's like on social media, like everywhere. So I don't do that, but, and it gives us a reason to like get up, because I do feel better when I get up and get ready. But when my days are already so hectic, like I don't want to spend another hour and a half getting ready. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's a waste of time if you're just staying in the comfort of your own home. So that is my take on it. Nothing is wrong if you guys like to get up, if you like to get ready, if it motivates you. Like, in this space, you guys, I am me and you are you, and we all can do what we feel is right. Like, no way is the right way or the wrong way, okay? So I don't ever want you guys to come here and feel like what I'm saying because I think it's the right thing. No, I'm just doing what I do because it's right for me, okay? So with that being said, let's see. Sis and you resuming homeschooling in person, yes, definitely. As soon as we all feel comfortable about it, we are definitely going to be doing that. I don't see why not. We miss them so much, and I know they miss us, and we can't wait to do that. So yes, for sure. Nails. I wrote nails. What was the exact question? Maybe like what kind of stuff I use for my nails? So I found on Amazon they have, it's called Beetles, and it's gel nail polish. Now, I want to tell you guys, if you guys do happen to purchase them and use them or the set or whatever, it is time consuming. Like, it doesn't just take an hour. It would if you were just painting your nails, okay? But the prep to actually paint them again takes a while because you have to soak them in acetone, which sucks because it dries your nails out around the bed of your nails. I'm sorry if the lighting's getting darker in here. But it dries around your nails, especially how often I do my nails. Like my cuticles, I'm noticing are getting really dry. But anyways, okay, so you have to soak them, then you have to scrape the stuff off. It kind of comes off pretty easy if you soak them long enough. And then you have to like soak your fingers in warm water, and then you have to push the cuticles and clean the cuticles, and then you have to do base coat under the light, nail color under the light. I usually do 2 coats, depending on 2 to 3, just depending on the color. Then I put it under the light, and then I do top coat under the light, and then it's done. But it takes a long time, okay? So if you aren't like me to where I take it off and I reapply a new color that same day or the next day. So if you're not gonna do it like that, I would say it is a winner, you guys, because my nail polish typically will last about a week and a half, and sometimes a week, just because I do a lot, like, you know, cleaning, you know what we do. So it just depends on what I'm doing of how long my nails stay on. But I use Beetles and I love it. And I don't know, if you like doing your nails, then get it, because it's pretty awesome. All right, you guys, so that is it for part 1 of this Q&A. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And if your guys' questions weren't answered on this video, they will be in the part 2 video. So be sure to check that out. Make sure you guys have your notifications on. That way you're notified anytime I upload a new video. All right, you guys, thanks again for checking out this video. Be safe and be blessed, and I hope to see you back on my channel. Bye.
Just